All right, boom. Yes, we're in for another episode. Come on, man. Once again, I'm sure you're seeing that the location has changed. People, it's not our fault, yeah. We gotta change locations. We gotta keep it adaptable. But this one's chill. I like it. Another white background like before. Let me tell you, yeah, the guest that we got today, I call him the ambassador of London, yeah. You might be seeing this guy talking about all sorts of different things on TikTok, from the best train stations that we have, the worst train stations that we have, the scariest blocks in London. Yeah, this guy comes with a lot of energy, man. Come on, my bro. Take a seat, man. What are you telling me, bro?
Good, man.
My guy. Man, like Quincy, and
Nice to meet you, my guy, man.
yeah, man. Just scooch over a little bit. Don't be shy. We get comfortable.
But in there.
Yeah, man. I grabbed you a little water.
No, it's needed, my bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
No worries, man. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I've been good, man. I've been great still.
Yeah?
Yeah, how
Great. That's good. That's great energy.
Yeah,
I said I've been feeling great.
It's good to be great, man. Do you know what I mean?
For real.
I'm good still.
Yeah.
It's been nice, man.
Good.
How are
good,
you,
good.
man?
Not too bad, my boy. I'm not too bad, man. I'm just chilling, like trying to do my thing. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like such a generic answer, but it really is one of them ones. Do you know what I mean? It really is one of them ones. I start off my show with my guest with a little something, yeah. Can't lie, I've already said your name, but I'm gonna just do it again, yeah. So state your name, cuz.
My name's Quincy, otherwise known as Quincy OG. You can follow me in my socials. They're all the same names. Quincy_SMF. I just talk my shit. You know what I mean? Like I do what I do, and certain people like it, man. And I thank God for the people that do. And I'm looking out for the people that don't.
Come on.
Get them on board as well. You know what I mean?
And what are we doing today, Quincy?
We're here, man. We're lockdown tea, bruv. You know what I'm saying? We're outside, bro.
Hey, we're outside. You know what? Yeah. So I check whether my guests have seen my show before. I say to them, state your name. And then I say, and what we doing today? What I expect you to say is we're repping, innit?
We're repping, man.
Fucking repping. You know Stormzy?
I'll follow your page.
Yeah.
But
not the YouTube thing, not yet.
I haven't been on the YouTube.
I hear it. I
need to get onto the YouTube more heavy, if I'm honest, man.
You know, even yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I hear it, bro. We all good, man. People, this is That TikTok Show with your boy Lockdown T, aka Stiff Chocolate 2.0, aka the reason why your baby mama loves Dave. Come on. Everyone loves that one, you know. Make sure that you're subscribing, hit the bell notifications so that you never miss a video, man. Come on. What's been going on, bro? We've got a couple things that have been happening recently, and they've just completely gone out of my head. Wizkid, new album, you heard that?
I ain't heard it yet. I heard the feature with Skepta though.
Yes, and Naira Marley.
Yeah, Naira Marley. That's cold, man.
Yeah.
Naira smashed it still.
Yeah, because I've only listened to like 2-3 tracks of the actual album, and they've been the first ones, and obviously like Bad to Me or Bad to Love or something like that. Bad to Love. That's the one that came out like earlier, innit? So yeah, Wizkid's killing it. Did you see the post that Skepta put recently where he was kind of like talking about how he's on the feature and he's like Africa to the world, talking about how he was a coon from before.
But he's talking from a place of everyone though.
Oh, real, bro.
Most like, you got to remember, first of all, you got to think about Skepta, his age. Yeah, Skepta's like what? He's got a good 10 to 15 years.
Bro, Skepta's 40. Yeah, he's a like, big man.
So the era he grew up in. Me, I'm 31.
Swear.
And I know what it's like to grow up without it being cool to be African. Like I saw the whole transition, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like it weren't just I grew up. Obviously, the way I look played a big part with me. I never really experienced the whole African discrimination as much. A lot of people mistaking me for a Caribbean. Plus, my name's Quincy.
That's originally what I thought you were, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, I saw like you're at Carnival and you had the Nigeria flag. So I was like, okay, cool. So you're actually Nigerian.
Yeah. So like a lot of time people like cuss Nigerians in front of me. Like, you're not Nigerian.
Lord.
But is it? I didn't even know. How can you be Nigerian?
Look at the assumptions.
Yeah,
people shouldn't be assuming, you know.
They're associated with harsher looks or tougher looks, and
I can't lie, but it's bad. But it's also like your hair, innit?
Yeah, but then my hair wasn't always like this.
Okay, right.
Like, but my hair's it's not as hard or as tougher in consideration to other people's hair. Like, my hair was wave quicker.
Right.
Like, if it was younger and everyone was doing the waves. Like I had the 300, I didn't have the 360. Maybe one
the,
section.
Imagine the 300.
Yeah,
Imagine the 300, not the 360 waves.
One section might be a bit, but the top and the back was mean.
Swimming.
Like it was swimming.
Wavy.
So a lot of time people would just assume that.
Yeah.
And then obviously the way I grew up, my mum, my dad, they like clothes. Like my mum likes clothes, like sort of thing. Like if we're looking bad, she'll tell us we're not going out. Or if our hair is not cut, like but she'll get onto my dad, like take him to the barber, that will take us that.
Okay.
So it's like was growing up almost keeping up.
Your mum was a real one from the beginning. Damn.
Yeah, she liked stuff like that. So like helped us keep up a bit. So when some of the Caribbeans had some kids, I had them as well.
Yeah.
So I never really went, even when I went to like my Caribbean friend's house, the mum would just assume
that you're one of
that
them.
was just like Jamaican or something.
Yeah.
So and then even the way my mum looks, she don't really look like Nigerian. So it's like, well, she don't look like the way you associate.
Yeah.
She looks Nigerian. We all look African. Really.
Yeah.
But so the way I grew up but I saw the transition, man. Like it becoming somehow cool. Like when I saw the transition of people like first taking to it and us feeling insulted. Like, what? Are you trying to beg it? Certain things like that. So that's really like what he's saying is so true. Like
100.
Like us going through like not being accepted, trying to cling onto the back of like the Caribbeans almost kind of shunning us a bit.
Yeah.
Us slowly getting our own wave. And to be honest with you, I feel like the first introduction of being of Africanism being cool, was Funky House.
Right. The what? So, because obviously, like, I really do like that genre, but I wasn't there from the beginning. So, would you say that the leaders of the Funky House era were a lot of Africans?
Not necessarily, but just like the subject matter.
Okay.
Like it felt very like African-esque, like Zulu-ish, like
facts.
You know what I mean? Like when you're hearing the beats, it's like
and like tribal skank, for instance,
the beat melodies were very African.
Afro. Facts.
Like it was like the introduction of Afro. Like when you're hearing some beats and shout out guys like Ataka Pasante, like he's a main one that will use like African rhythms and slap it on funky.
Yeah.
Like it will kind of sound UK almost. Yeah. But it weren't like because it came from the only reason why it will sound UK because the way it's the tempo, but the way that you can like relate to it, it's like, oh, that sounds like a beat that you might hear in church. Like,
yeah, I hear you, definitely, man. The way that music is, it's crazy these days, man. But shout out Skepta,
Skepta
putting us on the map. He's been one of our biggest exports for years on years, man. I was even actually going back to his Doing It Again album. Man, I P Diddy on his album, bro.
I think it was too early for that, man.
I hear it.
At the time, like what he did was major, but the UK just couldn't
hack it,
swallow it. Like,
they didn't know what was going on.
It's like, oh, what happens next?
But it's now that we look back and we're like, that was crazy.
That was a good, like, great step.
Very, very, big thing for us.
Skepta's goated, man.
Yeah, no. He always has been.
It's undeniable. Like what he's done is just epic, man.
No, it's hard. Man. What about you, bro? Tell me a little about you, innit? Enough about these music artists. We go on to the TikTok stars, my boy. Tell me, what do you do? Let the people know. Speaking to the camera, let them know like what you do, innit?
Well, so obviously my name's Quincy. I'm a personality, so I make music. But on TikTok, what I do is I talk about anything that's on my mind, innit? Whatever's on my mind or things that I notice, it might be stoned thoughts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I talk about how I feel. And luckily, he's managed to get me some sort of following where people are interested in what I do in it. And I thank God for the people that follow me. Obviously, I talk from a perspective of a young black man from South London that's grown up and relates to the youth, but also relates to the people my age with experiences we all go through, innit?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I talk about what's on my mind, and I hope that what I'm doing, it reaches out to a mass audience. And do you know what I mean? Like, that's really what it is, man. Like, I feel sometimes I'm not even trying to be funny.
Okay.
But it's like the way it comes across, it is because of the way I've grown up. Like with my friends, we've grown up cussing each other.
Yeah.
Like we didn't grow up like, that's my boy Lowe. Don't say that. No, I'll say what happened to you.
Yeah.
If your girl cheated on you, it will come out in the worst way when we want to laugh. We'll we'll use it later to laugh about it.
You let man know.
Once you've toughened up,
yeah.
But yeah, that's what your girl cheated on you. That dumb bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you say shit like that. Yeah. So that's how we grew up, yeah. Proper, like, harsh. So it kind of made me more thick-skinned. I feel like the age I'm at as well, it's taught me not to take social media. It's made me learn it. I feel like because I've grown up with it being first introduced, I've seen how it's hurt people or how it hurts your mindset. So I feel like it's a perfect time for me to do what I'm doing. And just thank God that I'm able to do it properly. That's all, man. Do you know what I mean?
So when did you jump on TikTok?
January this year.
January this year?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, actually, I think I saw that on your Instagram, and then you said by May you got 100K.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
Do you know what it is? Yeah. It was good. It was a nice feeling. I tell you what's nice when I get stopped in the street. So it happens at least once a day.
So
yeah, minimum.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's a nice feeling when someone be like, "Oh, I like what you're doing."
Yeah.
Because it could be a day where you've made a post and you feel like the post is meant to go off, and then it might not go off the way you plan. But on that same day when that's happened, that'll be when someone come up to me and be like, "Oh, I love this thing." So it's like a balance. Yeah, it's good, man. But I'm just trying to let those kind of things. I don't like to let it control how I feel with the day and that. Do you know what I mean? Like 100,000 followers is good, but you can say the wrong thing one day and it all goes. Do you know?
Imagine.
Yeah. So with that, I try to take it with a pinch of salt, but be thankful at the same time. Do you know what I mean? But it's not a thing where I'm going to stop. It's a good milestone. But yeah, man, I want to get 1 million followers. I want the Saturday night show and that.
You know them ones. What,
that,
Saturday Night Live?
I need that Saturday night show, man. That BBC show, that
okay,
that sturdy one, like 10-year long.
Yeah.
Let me do when dancing on the ice thing. Let me just, you know what I mean? Like,
there's been too many of them there. Move,
bring the roads, man. Let the roads eat,
you know?
Man. You know what I mean? Like,
we've already got the Big Nasty show. We need something else now.
Like, Big Nasty, like, you know what it is? Your Big Nasty, and you know what? Shout out people like Mo the Comedian, Big Nasty. Even Munya, who else is there? Axel, he shows me like support as well.
Who's
like,
Axel?
He's the one that won Britain's Got Talent.
Yikes.
The black comedian, the one of Britain's Got Talent.
Okay, shout out him.
He's wavy. He just sold out show yesterday or Thursday. Big show, man. But like, you know, those people are the kind of people that influence me to keep doing what I'm doing. Like, especially people like Mo and Big Nasty, because it makes you see it's possible, innit?
100.
So,
and you know what it is? Like, them man come from literally just putting out videos like we do from our phone, and they've come, like Mo especially has just come from creating skits essentially.
Yeah.
But man had the raw talent, and then he like goes and works on it.
Don't get twisted, like Mo's done stand-up before.
Right. Like, sorry, yeah.
So it's not, because I've seen Mo jump off. Like jump off, like it's one event back in the day, it used to be called Jump Off. You know? And like this is when Mo was like, he wasn't even Julie Read Up the Blood Clot Mo.
Right.
I mean,
he was a different type.
Yeah, he was stand-up Mo.
Stand-up Mo.
Like, and he was doing his thing. I think he might have even won. If I'm not mistaken, I think he might have won. Because I was there. So like I saw it. But one thing I would say about Mo, he's polished. Do you know what I mean? So like when Mo was doing the Julie Read Up the Blood Clots, he had already been seasoned.
Right.
It weren't just something that he just jumped on.
Right.
Like obviously with TikTok, it's just the app that I've jumped on recently. But within the comedy circuit or trying to do makeup skits or doing what I do now, people might ask, how do you do it so easily? Yeah, it's come from like years of doing it on Instagram.
Okay, cool. So let's go into that. Yeah, because I wanted to know what you had been doing before, if you've only jumped on TikTok in the last year.
So what it was is that I do music. The music's got a bit of a following, but at the same time, I used to do rants on my stories and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
And I'll make posts and that. I might just spend the whole time just throwing darts at this picture. I might be cussing the picture or whatever. Just dashing darts, bro. That's what me and my boys call it. Why you dashing? If they're cussing me, but why you dash darts? Like,
okay.
So like, just be dashing darts at the picture. I might be drawing at the picture. And I used to get a following because it'd be like, oh, I like the way you cuss or whatever.
Yeah.
But it all coming from like school.
Okay.
So obviously following that, you know, I carried on what I've learned from that. It's like, I can say it's like I've done my 10,000 hours. You know what I mean? You know when you say you do your 10,000 hours to master something.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. Like, so when I see something, I know what I'm gonna do. I get like 5 million ideas that come to my head, and it comes from learning stand up as well.
So you've done that. You've learned.
No, so I ain't done stand up, but
Okay.
I've been studying it.
Okay.
So where I've been studying it for so long, it's like regurgitating what I do, like in terms of when I'm trying to do some content. So it's good to be funny anyway, man. Like,
of course.
Like I've never failed a job interview because of being funny.
Be funny.
Yeah, with the interview, just if the interview's going left, just crack one dumb joke.
And then it shows personality, you know?
Personality can win a lot of things.
Oh, facts, man.
And that's why I prefer to say I'm a personality than a comedian. Only because I feel like a comedian, you're quite boxed in.
Yeah.
And like, but if I say I'm a personality, I have comedic elements
to you, but then there's
elements where I can host, or I'll do music, I can present. You know what I mean? And as well as if it's done properly, I'm saying spaps. if it's done properly, like be executed. But that's my aim in it. So to be a personality and be a master of many tricks. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So like with the music, go a little bit more into the music and how you feel like that has sort of built your creative talents. Because you're in a duo or a collective?
Yeah, I'm in both.
Okay, both.
I'm in a duo called 28 Kings. It's me and an artist called Paul Stefan. I'm in a group called SMF. That's me, Tay-Made, Blessed, and Paul Stefan. That's the four of us.
And what does SMF stand for?
So it just stands for like Street's Most Favorite, Stay Motivated Forever.
Oh, so you got a couple.
Yeah, he's got a lot of A-listers, man. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting because I've never actually heard when you've got your acronym, your alias, whatever, like I've never actually heard or like initials. I never heard that there's different meanings to them.
Someone can be like, oh, what? Street's Most Favorite? Or someone could be like South's Most Finest. You can say Stay Motivated Forever.
Because I
Stack
thought,
Mad Fun.
I thought I saw Street Misfits.
Street Misfits as well.
Okay.
Street Misfits is the frontlining one. Because we're from Thamesmead. One. Well, Heartland, majority of us from Thamesmead. Yeah. And then like, they shot Misfits there, innit?
Yeah.
So it kind of like links to how we grew up, because we grew up watching them shoot it from the window and all this kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
So it was like Street Misfits, like, where like, we feel like in terms of music, we're not like everybody else. We're not your drillers, but we come from that era. Like, we've been through it. Like, so it's just little things like that. But at the same time, we come together and we feel like, we're at home and we're together, innit? So it's like, we're the misfits, innit? Like, we don't fit in everywhere else. We fit in together. Like, do you know what I mean? So, but that is what it is, SMF, man. That's a gang, man. Shout out SMF, man. Done, no?
Boom, boom, boom. Come on, shout them out every time, man. What, new music coming out soon?
Yeah, man. Literally just come from the studio today.
Okay.
You know, we got shit coming out, man.
How long are you in the studio for, like, on a week's basis? And just speak a little bit more into that.
On a week's basis?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's on a week's basis. I tend to go in and out. So when I go, I might record in batch.
Cool.
And then like go over them for like a few other weeks. Come back, might record something new, touch up on what old and whatever I've got ready to shoot. Start shooting it. So there's no time to really waste. I don't like to sit on a massive archive of tunes. I prefer to record what I'm going to shoot to.
Okay. Yeah. Do you kind of do that with your TikToks as well? Because obviously where you said that an idea comes to your head and then you shoot it, do you have like bare drafts or do you just kind of shoot and post?
Nah, it's no drafts.
No drafts at all, nah?
No.
So you don't like bank content? Interesting.
Everything you see me post, I've made that day.
That day?
I might have gone through it and then I'll just go through it and then I'll be okay, this is good enough to go. Let's go.
Okay.
But I try my best to, because if I don't do it, someone else will.
And you want to kind of be first?
Yeah, I've got to be first, man.
Yeah.
Like, I've made friends off TikTok because of that.
Yeah.
Like, if I shout out Pats. I don't know if you know Pats MB.
Pats MB?
He's hard, man.
Oh, Paps?
No, not Paps, but shout out Paps.
Yeah, shout out Paps.
But there's Pats, P-A-T-Z.
Okay.
MB, he's funny, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, and there's another guy called Uncle Eli.
I know Uncle Eli.
Uncle Eli is funny.
He's very funny.
Those are people that, in the comments, people be tagging me like, oh, you're trying to be like him. I'm like, who's that? I don't know him. Do you know what I mean? And then when I click on their page, I'm like, oh,
him.
I see what you're doing. Oh, that you're funny, you know?
Yeah.
And then off the rip, like, you know, I'll follow him, innit? And then they might follow me back because it's honourable. Like, I'm not even trying to steal from you. We just come from similar upbringings,
Right?
Where I would say something like, and someone would be like, but this guy said the same thing 2 months ago. But it's like, bruv, we're all Nigerian,
right?
Know we're all Afs,
right.
We're all black,
right.
Well, if we're talking about our black experience, we can all speak on it.
It's most likely gonna come from that same narrative. Or, you know what I mean?
And we have similar narratives, especially Pats. Like we talk about similar stuff.
Cool.
But like, it's never a thing where I'll go on his page and pinch.
I know him. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But he's light skin,
right?
Fair skin, yeah.
Hey, nah, shout out Pats, man. Yeah, I like him.
To be honest with you, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does things and I'll be like, oh, why didn't I do
It's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't I do that? But I'm sure that he sees my stuff and thinks the same.
It's the same thing, yeah. Exactly.
Like, oh, I should have done that.
Yeah.
But it's no race, it's no competition.
Of course.
Like, I salute him.
It's actually inspiration, right? To go and do more because like it's kind of the same thing as me and BTB Max.
Yeah. I shout out BTB Max, man. That's a good guy as well,
Trust
man.
me. So like we both talk about UK
music,
rap, innit? Music, and we've come together even to do that because the whole thing, bro, like
shit, you know each other.
Exactly. Like, the whole thing is that, you know, if we're both speaking about the same thing, lift up each other, take advantage of the fact that you're both in the same field and go and do more, make more content because people want to see us together. You know what I mean?
There's another girl called Bombs First.
Never heard of
you know, all these names I'm mentioning, I'm gonna send them to you. So maybe when I mention they can just their act. Because they're sick, bruv. Like they're actually funny. Like they're people that make me laugh. And it take even as a person that's I would say a comedian, it takes a lot to make me laugh. Like
I can imagine.
But if I see the creativity behind what you're doing, it's like, oh, I wish I did that. Like, I can't do that, but that's cool. Dude, at least my thing's working. I hope your thing works too.
Yeah.
Same way for all the people I mentioned, like Uncle Eli's another one. Very funny. Like, so I just wish the best for these people. Same way for myself, and same way for you. I've come on your thing. If I didn't see you on TikTok, I'd be like, oh, this guy's funny. The way you do the studio scenario. I would laugh like.
Love, I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Do you know what? I just think TikTok is such an amazing app because like a lot of the creators on there have just been really sort of honing in on their art and their creativity and just like doing what works. Do you know what I mean? And like I love to see people just like benefiting and just kind of thriving off of that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a very cool app and like I really do like it. And I wanted to know like where do you get the inspiration for all of these different ideas that you come out with? For instance, like the worst or the easiest like bumpable train stations. Like where'd you get your ideas for them kind of things?
It's just like what stuff you talk about with your boys.
Yeah.
But I'll just find a way to do it. Okay, this is how I look at it. It's like it's like having an argument with your boys, right? And your boy is saying the opposite to you. But right behind you, you've got a projector that you can just show evidence of why what you're saying is a fuck.
Sure.
So that's how I look at it. Yeah. Like I'm arguing with my brother, and my boy thinks he's correct. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? Lights.
Yeah.
Put on the projector.
Yeah.
This is why you're chatting shit. Call boom. This why. Yeah. This person's a prick.
Start doing theology.
Yeah. If you look why he's a prick, it's because X, Y. Like, and then I might go into the next like, boom, exhibit B.
Yeah.
Here's why you're chatting shit. Because you know that's how I am. So I'm like, it comes from like obviously my girl's a person like when we argue, she's big on facts.
Right. She wants evidence.
Like, I can't paraphrase.
Damn, that's so problematic because
she'd be like, yo, that's not what you said.
Right.
I could say, oh yeah, I took off my coat because it's hot. No, you said that it's too hot in here. That's why you took off your coat. Say it the way, you know, like,
I'll be the worst with that because I always like forget what I said or I shorten things.
Yeah,
and
plus I'm not gonna lie, I'm a chiefers, man. Sometimes I'll forget.
You forget, no?
I'll say something, I'll be like, did I say that? You could even finesse me and tell me that I said something. Right. And if I'm just too fried, I'll be like,
you wouldn't have even known.
Maybe I said
Yeah, trust.
I'm saying sorry for shit I haven't done.
Yeah.
But that's just how it be.
Yeah.
But in general, yeah, man, the ideas, it even comes from like just like barbershop talk.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
I can't lie, our community is like built around the barbershop. Like black boys in London we're built around the barbershop and all of the
Mhm.
talk and the discussion that comes from there, man. It's a beautiful thing.
The only thing that's problematic is just that sometimes the way we speak about it, it sounds either very inclusive. So one thing I try
Inclusive.
it sounds inclusive, like it excludes a lot of people in a sense, in terms where I can.
So exclusive.
I mean, like if it's inclusive, I'm talking towards just
To just us.
yeah, to
Okay,
just
okay.
us. That's what I mean. Like it's just you're just included.
That's our community.
Yeah, so it excludes like a group of people. But in a way, where it's just it's just exclusive to us.
To us.
And one thing I'm trying to break the mold with, and I noticed that Mold the Comedian was another person that did it quite well, was make the subject matter still about us, but open enough for everyone else to understand. So
trying to sort of bridge that gap.
Yeah. Like
that's interesting.
Like if you want white people or Chinese people or Indian people, or whatever the other races are, or other countries of people, to understand your experience, it has to be like articulated in a way where it's either digestible or they can just gravitate towards it through humor, innit?
Sure.
So obviously there's certain things where that you use in communication to just like gravitate towards them. Sometimes I might be a bit angry, like, so because I know like the whole angry black man stereotype works, but then that's how I might catch you. But then if I've caught you now, I'm gonna speak some proper shit where you're gonna leave like, oh, he's not dumb, he's a joker, but I like what he's saying. Oh, like
he's intelligent.
Yeah, like what I like is in my comments, people be like, it's facts.
Right.
Like I might have said it in a way where you find it funny,
right?
But sometimes facts are funny. Realizing something sometimes is not the funny. So finding something funny is not the me being dumb, or you can find something funny because you realize something new. Do you know what I mean? Like the realization of realizing something new is humorous. Sometimes the way a human body reacts to it is by laughing. To accept what it is. You know. So if you saw someone, let's say you see someone open their bag, out of their bag, a monkey jumps out. Like, what the fuck? What's that? Because you just realize, this guy had a monkey in his bag
the whole time.
Like, the whole time. You know what I mean? Now you start
the
thinking,
whole time.
Now your brain will start developing.
How did it get there?
How did you get? Did you catch the train? So you caught the train with monkey. So you left. So where did you buy a monkey from? There's some monkeys in the UK. Like you just blow your mind, innit? Just off that. That's how the mind works, innit? It's because you realize something. Even when a comedian cracks a joke to you, it's because he's putting a point on facts, but you just haven't seen it that way. And I was like, oh yeah, that's mad, innit? I never looked at it that way. So yeah, that's one.
I hear you, man. I hear you. It's a proper interesting one, you know. And like, I just think, I think I love the fact that we're able to get inspiration from anything on any day, put it out there, and people receive it. Do you know what I mean? With the reactions that you're saying and about bridging the gap, yeah, almost trying to let other races understand a little bit more like how we are, yeah. What kind of reactions do you get from that? One, from people in our community, and then two, from people outside of our community.
What I would say, I get a lot of support from like the black community.
That's good. That's so good. I'm glad.
So it's definitely not a community that I'll turn my back on or use as a pinpoint of just making fun of.
Yeah.
When I talk about, I tend to talk about my experiences. Now, what happens is that black people can relate.
Yeah.
And what happens is that people from other countries have similarities as well.
Yeah.
So like, for example, I was talking about, I did a post where I was talking about the Nigerian sponge, innit?
Yeah.
And like the straw sponge.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's just Nigerians that go through that, or maybe at most Ghana or West Africa.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing people from like Turkey saying, oh yeah, we use that.
Yeah, that as well.
I'm like, oh wow, like swear down. I just thought just that. And if anything, TikTok's taught me more.
Right.
I might get things wrong sometimes. So people be in a comment like, no, you should have said it like this, or maybe you meant this. But what I try to do is not target groups of people and just insult them. Like, I don't make fun of gay people. I don't make fun of like other religions or like, I don't even make fun of vegans. Like, you could be a vegan. I'm not even gonna draw you out. Eat your watermelon burger, man. That's calm. That's not me.
Hey, watermelon tuna and that.
What I tend to make fun of is things we all tend to use.
Cool.
Or life, or things that are put on us that I just don't agree with. Like in my like one of my nicknames people say to me is, oh yeah, you're the street prime minister.
Yeah. Fam, that's what I'm telling you. London ambassador, fam.
Yeah,
London ambassador.
Prince of London or
Prince of
London
London,
ambassador. But it's because I've grown up in London. I've experienced your London experiences. Like, and the age I've grown up in, I've seen a lot of errors. Like, I've seen grime coming. I've seen funky house coming. I've seen the drill era that we're in now. How music affects us all. And like, I'm big on people studying. Like, like, why do we dress like this? Why do we like these things? You know? So it's just like, it's cool. But I speak on it from a perspective where it's like a dummy's guide.
Yeah.
Someone from, because what I tend to find is I get a lot of followers from like out of London. Like white people that might be from like, you know, Scunthorpe or something. Like, oh, I didn't know anything about London now, but now I know.
Why is it when like we pick an area, which is not London? Why do we always say Scunthorpe, bro? Like Scunthorpe is always the area, because I do it as well.
I saw Scunthorpe in someone's name. I was like, Scunthorpe, I'm going clear.
You know the way?
I'm going clear.
You're seeing people from Scunthorpe, commenting and engaging with your stuff. You
know you're
from
good.
Like
Sheffield.
So Aberdeen.
I'm from Whitstable, so I didn't really know.
Shout out my Kent gang, by the way. I used to live there still.
So it's just when you see them kind of things, it's just like, it's nice. And then at the same time, when I step outside in my area, if I catch a train, I'm in the east or whatever, if I'm going short, people will stop me and be like, yo, I like your thing. It kind of means a lot to me because it's hometown love as well.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. That's good, man, to be able to be like widespread.